To understand how top earners structure their days, we have to look back to a very old observation. The philosopher Aristotle noted that 95% of everything a person does is the result of habit. You don't consciously invent your day, you fall into patterns. Author and success psychologist Brian Tracy spent years studying these patterns and found a direct correlation. He observed that people who consciously replace weak habits with highly structured ones consistently move into the top 20. Moving from the abstract philosophy of success to the actual top 20% requires a bridge, a specific nightly workflow that forces your goals out of your head and onto the page. Open your notebook to a blank page. For this exercise, I want you to imagine it is late in the evening, right before you go to sleep, preparing for your next workday. Start writing. List out every single task, assignment, and minor goal you need to accomplish tomorrow. Put it all on the page. This physical act of writing your list the night before triggers a process called goal orientation. While you sleep, your subconscious brain processes these items, essentially laying the mental groundwork for the coming day. Keep these items practical. If you write down a massive, vague ambition like build a business, you will stall out. Break everything down into small, executable daily tasks. By extracting all these floating requirements out of your head and onto paper before you sleep, you eliminate morning anxiety. You wake up to a clearly defined set of targets. Generating a long list is only the first step. Next, we filter it using Tracy's principle of results orientation. I want you to ask yourself a very specific question. If you received a call right now saying you had to leave town for an entire month, which one activity on this list must absolutely be finished before you go? Look at your handwritten list. Scan through every item and weigh it against that 1-month constraint. When you find it, take your pen and draw a heavy, bold circle entirely around that single line item. You are allowed to circle exactly one task. Do not try to hedge your bets by circling 2 or 3 things. Multitasking dilutes your focus. This forced isolation ensures you spend your peak energy on your most valuable action, rather than clearing out low-value busy work. A career list alone doesn't account for the physical energy or the external cooperation needed to sustain this pace over the long term. Go to the bottom of your page and write down one specific, manageable health goal for tomorrow. This animated breakdown shows how we balance the workload in the center with physical stamina on the left. Your health task could be packing a better lunch or taking a walk. Next, look at the right side. Add a people-oriented task to your page. Write down one specific way you can help someone else tomorrow. When you figure out what your colleagues or clients need and actively help them achieve it, they become invested in helping you in return. Peak performers do not leave their energy levels or their professional support networks to chance. They schedule them directly into the daily operational plan. The planning phase is complete. Now imagine it is the next morning and you have just woken up. Here is the strict rule of engagement. You must begin working on that single circled task immediately. You do not check your email, do not scroll through your phone, and don't handle minor chores. Once you start, you focus continuously on that circled priority. You do not stop working on it until it is 100% finished. This requires you to apply Tracy's definition of self-discipline. It is the ability to make yourself do what you should do, exactly when you should do it, regardless of whether you feel motivated in that moment. It demands personal honesty. Do not rationalize skipping the hard task in favor of something easier. A perfectly structured notebook page has no value on its own. The entire system relies on your discipline to attack your highest priority the moment the workday begins. This notebook now holds more than just a list of chores. It's a coordinated map of priorities, physical energy, and professional relationships. Looking closely at this page, you have your complete goal dump, your priority isolated in red, and daily maintenance checks for health and relationships. Recall the rule from the beginning. You cannot simply erase an unproductive habit. You must actively overwrite it through the deliberate repetition of a stronger one. Take this notebook and place it directly next to your bed. Tonight, when you prepare to sleep, sit down and execute this exact same goal-setting process for the following day. By executing this mechanical routine night after night, the resistance fades. Setting your targets and executing them simply becomes automatic.